think we're good. Can you give me a quick check?
Check, mic check, one,
Yep,
two, 1, 2.
sounds good to me. All right.
All right.
Put on that royalty-free lo-fi music.
Exactly. That is what's on right now.
All right. Looks good. Let me just double check.
Oh, there you are. Watch. Okay. I'm gonna knock, so it should be coming up as I knocked.
On Twitch?
Yes.
Okay, so actually, let me open up Twitch. Ooh, I got a notification.
Just join the call.
Wants
You
to
can deny the
collaborate.
access. Yes, and you can deny the camera, all that stuff. You don't need any of that.
Okay, so
And then once you're in,
share
and
chat.
there we go.
Share chat is on.
There we.
What?
Yep.
That's so sick.
Let me. How do I mute you on here?
Just turn mic off, right?
Yep.
Should be
There
good.
you go. Now we're not hearing doubles. Perfect. See, and now it's both set up. It's all there.
Yeah. All right. Let me just go do some stuff over here on my end.
Yeah, chat. My end's not as pretty as Lunchbox's. This is just so
Nah,
you guys
don't
can
say that.
experience it.
Don't say that.
But yeah, Lunch wanted to do just a little podcast thingy talking about anime and stuff. So
All right, and save. Okay, just had to because I had to double check because like I have YouTube and Twitch open, and I had to double check if like it was all good. It does look like it is. So, hello. I don't even know how to start this off. Hello.
hello everyone. Hello. There you go.
Hello. All right. You do you. Okay, hold up. How do can I see your chat or no? I can't.
Yes. So
How do I do that?
when I type,
I'm so new.
my
I'm
face-
sorry.
So on yours, you see my face should be beside my name.
Yes.
Yeah, that means you can tell what channel they came from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Sir tickled my scrumptious there did the foxes.
Okay.
So you
okay,
see
yeah,
that
yeah.
it's from my channel. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I see it popping up. I see it popping up. All right, let me just say check over on YouTube and see if this also works. Yeah, it does. All right, sick. All right, you start. You're the more well known.
More well known, my booty cheeks. But all right. Well,
You do it
hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Lunch and a Cup of Joe, which was decided today, but it has a really good ring of it. I am Joe Schmo, and that person over there is Lunchbox. That's a nice fancy setup behind him. Look at that. He's in the guitar store and everything. It's great.
Yeah, I'm in Circle. It's from Bang Dream. Yes, hello. I've always wanted to do like a podcast or something like with someone that was very knowledgeable of it, and I'm so super quick. I'm gonna glaze you up real quick, Cap. And so you like your YouTube grind and just like all the YouTube news that you've been doing. It's so cool. I'll be straight up. It is so sick. Like, and I was like, dang, I kind of want to do something like this. And then I even told a girlfriend of the channel, Dev, like, oh, yeah, Joe's doing like all this YouTube news stuff and like with like involving anime and just like doing like all this cool anime stuff. And she was like, well, why don't you just do it? And I was like, well, I just can't bite his style. Then she was like, well, work with him. And I was like, you know what? There's a good idea. And then I was like,
What?
I don't want to do like another YouTube news show because I already do one with like all the card stuff. So then I was like, well, what if we just like do a live stream? I know Joe loves doing live streams and I like doing live streams too. So I was like, all right, well, we'll see if he's down for that. Joe said yes. So here we are talking about anime and stuff.
So, like, when it comes to anime news, I do what... If I come across it, I'll do something on it. Or if you send me something, or someone else is like, hey, you should look into this. Because there's some things that I've covered that no one else touches on. Like, for example, Crunchyroll cutting their community funding, which is wild to me.
Yeah.
And then I remembered hearing in high school, college, how hard it was to get funding from them to begin with, because all they really do is just give them an anime account and like some extra little things. It's nothing too crazy, but for like lower income places, high schools, stuff like that. And for college, that's great. You know, allows everyone to get together and not get their account banished.
Yeah.
And just sit there and watch anime. But now it's not meeting the bottom line, so Sony wants it out of here. So, you know, Crunchyroll cuts it. It's like people don't talk about that.
Yeah, it's extremely unfortunate. I did see that. And also so like this is going to be more of the introductory episode than I think like if you feel up for it, we could just keep on going. Like maybe do it, I don't know, weekly. Do you want to do it weekly, every other week?
Yeah, we can play it. We can plan around it weekly. That is not an issue.
All right, sick. Because I'm not doing much. So I did want to ask, like, because although like on your channel, on your YouTube channel, we did do an interview where you were interviewing me. So and I want to turn these questions back to you. So like, and also because this is the introductory like episode, like what is your experience with anime? Like what is the first anime that you saw that was like I didn't know it was anime, but I still watched it?
So, as a kid, I would wake up early for school because my mom was a school teacher for, I think, all like when I went to school. So, but she was like took care of little kids, so she always woke up early. My dad always left for work at 7 a.m. Mm-hmm. So I was always woken up and watched stuff, you know, when I wake up and have breakfast. Well, there was a lot of nights, especially with Adult Swim and stuff, where I would just turn it on at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then there's Cowboy Bebop or Inuyasha on the screen, but I didn't know what it was. I was just like, oh, there's cartoons at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, sure, why not? So I watch it, but that would definitely be the realm of I watched anime and saw it without realizing it. I mean, of course, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Beyblade, all that stuff. I watched all that stuff, but that's not really, you know, what I would consider of like adult or a more appropriate anime. Because a lot of people nowadays, if you go up to Pokemon, yeah, that's a cartoon. Yeah. But in the realms of like, I watched anime without realizing it, obviously Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and all that stuff, but Inuyasha and Cowboy Bebop were definitely the ones that like of more of note. Yeah,
same here. For me, it was mainly Pokemon, but also Dragon Ball too. Like me and my older brother, we loved watching Dragon Ball on Toonami, but we had no idea that it was anime, and I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna seek out more anime. And like I do remember Cowboy Bebop, and I think it was Gundam Wing that was airing on Toonami. Like we watched that, but we were like, we didn't know what it was. Like I had no idea it was an anime. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, I was unaware. And same with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. There was also another show like this. I'm really dating myself. Cubix.
Yeah, you really are dating yourself there, bud.
Exactly. No, like if anyone in chat knows Cubix, it's Korean. It's, you know, it's not quote like a true quote true anime or whatever. But yeah, Cubix, that was like part of the 4Kids stuff. And did you ever watch 4Kids or like Kids WB on Channel 5?
From time to time. For us, it was Channel 6, I think. Here in North Carolina, I think it was Channel 6. But from time to time, most of the stuff I watched was Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon.
I don't know, because that's what's interesting, because like here, like in Southern California, like it's very regional. We had Fox 11 that had Fox Kids. Did y'all have that in the East Coast?
Oh, yeah, no, we had Fox Kids, we had Toon Disney, we had all that stuff. So
did y'all have like Sonic X?
Yes, we did. Yeah. We had what is it? It was basically the Saturday morning cartoon block where they showed Sonic X, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. I believe they showed Pokemon. I don't remember exactly, but there was anime on that block. I remember that distinctly, mixed with like other cartoons.
Yeah, we had on ours was Fox 11, and it was the Fox Box block, and it was Sonic X, Ultimate Muscle, Tokyo Mew Mew, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, and I'm missing and One Piece. There you go, and One Piece. All 4Kids.
All 4Kids. Block. You know why I know of the Fox block? As soon as you started saying Tokyo Mew Mew, is because of the 4th of July anthem they all sung.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Yes, the 4th of July anthem. Yes, absolutely, 100%. That's the one. That is the one. Absolutely.
Yeah, we had that stuff. I didn't watch it. So last night. I ended up watching a bunch of movies with a friend of mine, and we had to find one through Internet Archive, but it was ripped straight from the TV. So it had commercials and all that stuff from 2003. Yeah. So I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I didn't watch a lot of cartoons growing up. Now that I think about it, because I always watched stuff with my parents. So I watched Survivor, NCIS. Like Criminal Minds stuff, a kid probably shouldn't be watching, I was watching
that. Should you be watching
maybe that's why I'm in my job field that I'm in now. Yeah. Maybe it might have just snuck in there. But I mean, I did watch cartoons and stuff, but like Saturday morning cartoon wise, like I didn't really watch a lot. Because I wake up and
I had unrestricted internet access, as well as unrestricted television access too. So I watched all of it, and I watched everything. There was a lot of anime, especially during those Saturday morning blocks, and especially because I had an older brother. He was like, "Hey, check this out. It's called South Park." And I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" I definitely should not have been watching that. Same way.
That's perfect.
My older brother was also like, when we first got our family computer, my older brother was like, "Oh yeah, this is a video game. We can play video games on the computer." And he had StarCraft and Doom 2, and he also had Warcraft 3 and Duke Nukem. Those are the ones off the top of my head. Then he was like, "Yeah, I'll just play it." So I was 10, he was 13, and then we'd go on like Newgrounds and all that. And slowly but surely, I was like, I like this stuff because I like Pokemon, I like Yu-Gi-Oh. And I kept going more down that path, and my older brother was going more towards like, I don't like this stuff. I like girls. And then I was like, I like Sailor Moon. She's kind of hot. So.
You like Sailor Moon? It's the same thing. What's the problem?
Yeah, so I was going down more that path, as opposed to my older brother was like, I like real women. And I was like, I like Sailor Mars. She's cute. So for you, what was the moment that you were like, oh, I want to try to start seeking more of this out? Not like what, like, was there like a certain like I like this, I want more of this?
So I played anime games. Like I played the Yu-Gi-Oh games. Obviously I played Pokemon, but like I never really knew it was anime. I played Pokemon from Crystal onwards, because Crystal's my favorite. I could talk forever about Crystal, but Crystal is my favorite Pokemon, and I basically played from Crystal onwards. I played Red and Yellow and all that stuff, but Crystal onwards is really my thing for it. But once I got into high school, that's where really my friends were like, "Hey, have you seen this show like Kuroko no Basket?" And I'm like,
"Ooh,
no, I haven't." And he's like, "Look, I was working on this AMV because it was that era." And he made AMV for Kuroko no Basket. But it was so really good. like even today, it was like still really good. And and unfortunately, he's the friend that will work on a project, get 99% and just drop it. Like, unfortunately, it never saw the light of day, but it was really good at AMV. I was like, let me get into that. So I started watching Kuroko, and like it was on season 2 at the time. So I caught that up, and I'm like, man, I feel, I kind of want to watch more of this. Then I went and watched Cowboy Bebop, Trigun. I watched Angel Beats for the first time. Yeah, that was the real beautiful. Classics. Yeah. Then I found Love Live, and that kind of, spoke to me on a deep emotional level that wouldn't have, but it did.
Bless
so God bless. Yes. So it kind of went from there. So high school, I'd say junior going into senior year really was like the pivot, because like I said, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh. I watched Pokemon. I liked Pokemon, but it didn't really click to me that it was anime until I started watching anime. And then I'm like, oh, I've been watching it all along.
Yeah. For me in 5th grade, because I am definitely a lot older than you. I think I'm 7 years older than you, I believe.
I turned 29 in like 2 weeks.
I'm not 7 years older. Why did I think you were 25?
I don't know. I get that I'm always older or younger. So like some people think I'm 35, but I'm not. Like
you look very young. You look very young. If you're exfoliating,
people then I'm old. I get called old all the time. That's like a rarity.
No, you're exfoliating. It's working out. I'm 32, so I'm seasoned. I've been on that grind. I've been in the trenches for too long. In middle school, I think it was 2005 5. No, not middle school. Like 6th grade. There's a girl that okay, one thing you'll learn about me is everything I do is for a girl. Always for a girl. So there's a girl that I was like, above key said Joe's ancient.
Yeah, I'm ancient, man. I'm ancient.
So there was a girl that I liked, and she was like, oh, there's this if you watch Cartoon Network at this time, you're gonna see the show called Inuyasha. I think it was like 11 or something. And I was like, hey, this girl's cute. Sure, why not? So I stayed up, I watched Inuyasha, and I was like, hey, this is pretty good. Like, what is this? And he's like, oh, it's called anime. And I was like, all right, I'll keep an eye out on that. And then I went to middle school and I had a cooking class and I forgot to do one of my assignments. So they sent me to a different room where I wasn't allowed to cook. And there was a girl there and she was reading a book backwards. And I was like, what's that? She's like, oh, it's called a manga. It's really good. And I was like, what is it about? And she's like, oh, it's called Cardcaptor Sakura. And I was like, oh, can I read it? She was like, yeah, sure. She gave me volume 3. And I was reading it and I was like, I don't know what's happening. And then I was like, wait, how do you read this? She was like, oh, you read it from the back forward because it's Japanese. And I was like looking at it and I was like, oh, this art style is kind of like Inuyasha. And she was like, yeah, it's kind of like an anime. And I was like, oh yeah, anime. She was like, yeah, if you go to Borders at the very back, there should be a manga section. And I was like, all right, cool. I went, I bought Dr. Slump, Volume 1, Bobo, Death Note, and the first Naruto volume as well. And from there, I went to high school. I was more so like getting more into anime and like I was really into manga because I could just like do it on my own time. And then this group that I was hanging out with, because they were all like punks and metalheads and all that, they were like, yeah, I have an older brother that he's like in an anime. Like, oh, have you seen FLCL? And I was like, I have. It's like, oh, they have a new series called Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Check that out. Word. Then I was like, all right, how do I watch it? And he was like, you're going to go on this website called the Pirate Bay, download uTorrent, look up this keyword, download a torrent, and you'll watch it 24 hours later because I didn't know what I was doing. I downloaded it, I watched it, and I was like, this is it. Anime is going to be my entire personality. And after that, it was.
Man, that's what. Oh, Pirate Bay is. Oh, that's a throwback.
Yeah, using that.
Man.
No VPN, nothing. Nope. No proxies.
It's just Wild West. You gotta hope you get the right thing. So, oh man.
I guess I'll say it like a lot later, but there's a story about downloading the wrong ones. But yeah, I have downloaded a bunch. You know, statute of limitations and everything. I think I'm allowed to.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I
downloaded a lot of anime after, you know, I really do support. I try to support the original creators. I try to support getting it legally, either through streaming, purchasing through the physical media, or like through manga, and also getting a subscription service because I want anime to succeed here. And from my just existing, seeing how anime is now, it has definitely become, I'd say, more accepting. Like how with you, how have you seen like the anime, the acceptance of anime going from, you know, not that young, but I think like a graduating year under me definitely has, like, in my opinion, has like become more accepting.
So I graduated in 2014. And even then, it was still kind of like, you're the weird guys that, you know, are in the corner. Because I also played TCG. I played Card Fight Vanguard at the time, too. So like, around that time, I found Card Fight on YouTube because they were putting full episodes on there. Yeah. And then it kind of went from there and played the TCG. And we even had a Card Fight club in my school. That's how big it got.
I'm so jealous.
I mean, we didn't do like tournaments or anything. You know, we played and met up, and then, you know, we all went to locals. But like, there was no, all right, we're all going off to like, you know, Georgia or whatever to play. There was nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, in that sense, I agree with you. It's gotten a lot more extended nowadays because it's kind of like the Fortnite mentality. God, it's worth saying this.
The Fortnite mentality.
And I say that because a lot of people back in the day would pick on you for playing video games and stuff of that nature. Now people pick on you for not playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
and having skins and stuff. It's that same mentality. People are like, "Oh, what? You're not watching Naruto? You're not watching Demon Slayer? You're not watching JJK? What kind of weird are you?" It's that kind of mentality now in schools, which is like mind blowing because anime watchers and stuff were the people picked on. Don't get me wrong. I find that great. It is fantastic that it's happening because it's more accepted. I mean, compared to back in the day when it first started, people had to get VHSs with translated scripts, like physical scripts, to watch it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
it's come a very long way and is way more accepted to the point. I mean, I even run an anime store and we got a con this upcoming weekend and it's going to be packed. The usual turnout's probably going to be 15 or 20,000 people and it's supposed to be more this year. So like, it shows you the progression, especially since, our generation is raising kids into anime. So it just keeps going.
Yeah, I definitely agree. When I was in also Cade Malways, I messed that up. My bad. We are live. This is not pre-recorded. We are live.
No, I've read your message 3 months ago. I know what you were gonna say. This is all pre-recorded.
This is all fully pre-recorded. Yeah, I agree. In high school, me and the Smelly Anime group. We still had like our close friends and everything. I think the most embarrassing thing I would say from high school, like being like in an anime, was learning the Haruhi dance. I think that's the most embarrassing thing.
So for me, embarrassing wise, I was cheap. I was broke. All right. So in high school, I didn't have a job until afterwards. So what I did, oh my god, it's so stupid looking back. So what I do, I go find screenshots from like TV shows. So like the ones I distinctly remember are Girls in Panzer and The World God Only Knows.
Oh my god.
I cut them out, like I printed out physically on like the school library and print them out, and then I would put them on like cardboard, and that would be my fucking like my art, this decoration in my bedroom.
All right, listen, everyone in chat, if you never printed out the picture of your favorite anime character, even your waifu, your husbando, or your oshi or whatever, if you never printed it out and if you never had one of those binders with the clear slips and put it through there, you're not an anime fan, all right? You're not an anime fan. Now, I know kids nowadays, they could use their phone backgrounds, also acceptable. Using your phone background, also acceptable. We gotta change with the times. But if you've never done that, you ain't shit. All right, I will die on that. You ain't shit if you haven't done that. But no, I've done it. I've printed out pictures of, oh my god, Rukia from Bleach. I remember her. I remember Konata from Lucky Star. I had one of her. Haruhi, obviously, I had one of her. Oh my god. We're just airing out our laundry right now. This is
this is the get the know session. Yeah. So colorful.
Yeah. Blob said I use my phone background. Oh yeah, see, totally acceptable.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, nowadays the times are evolving and the times are changing, especially for anime fans. It's a lot easier, more going, a lot more people watch, even if it's just the mainstream stuff of JJK, Demon Slayer. But it's a gateway that allows people to expand their horizon, and that's all we could ever want.
Yeah,
that's
and also,
all we could ever want.
Universal Studios recently they just finished their Fan Fest night, which had JJK and One Piece involved. And I actually went on Sunday. I made a little vlog of it. I gotta like edit it and toss it up on the channel, and it was pretty cool. It wasn't as much as like I hoped for like the anime aspect, but it was still really interesting seeing like how huge One Piece is. Like out of like, I'll be honest. Sorry, hopefully I don't get any hate for this. Out of all the animes, One Piece. Like I don't like I know I love One Piece. Do not get me wrong. One Piece is great, but I never like realized like how big One Piece is to like just like ever like.
The live action, okay, so I'm going to use the West, for example. The live action is what propelled it a lot. In the general public, the live action is what did that.
Really? You think so?
Yes, because, I mean, even before, I'll use my parents as an example because my dad's retired now, so they end up watching more stuff.
Yeah.
My dad watched the Cowboy Bebop live action and liked it enough. He went and asked me where he could find, like, pull it up. So I gave him my DVD so he watched the actual anime.
Yeah.
And One Piece, he enjoyed it too. And he's not that big, he doesn't mind that I, do this. I'll never forget. He said, "I'd rather you buy anime girls than do drugs. So I don't care what you do." But he really liked the live action. And same for my coworker. He's 60. And he sat back, he watched Castlevania, like the animated ones.
Yeah.
He watched both of them. And then he sat back, watched Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. And he watched One Piece, the live action, and Cowboy Bebop. And he liked it.
Yeah.
Because of that, and I really think because of how Oda stays on top of it and really has a hand in the direction of it, that's why it's doing so well.
Yeah. I agree. It's the accessibility has definitely contributed to just like how big anime has been getting, and also I'd say that there's a more want and more need for like quote mature style of media, especially through animation, because like from like kind of like what I've seen is that people love real mature shows like Breaking Bad. Drawing a huge blank on another one.
You have
like that.
Dexter. I mean, like stuff I listed before, NCIS, Criminal Minds, stuff of that nature. Yeah.
And there really isn't any like quote mature fantasy, and fantasy is still very, very big. And now that an anime is definitely like an avenue for like, all right, we're gonna have like more mature stories. We're also gonna have like funny, silly stories that American audiences don't really have, because like most of like our comedy in the United States and like the English market is like Smiling Friends, Family Guy, Simpsons, American Dad. No shot on those shows, they're still pretty good, but here we have like, I can't think of anything funny. Give me like a good Cromartie High School. I don't know.
I mean, a good funny one, like I would say Amagi Brilliant Park. It's still kind of mature. While it's out there, it's still more of a mature thing. Well, yeah, the guys in high school, they dropped that episode 1 because it's mostly of, all right, I got to get these people to survive.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much what the undertone of that whole thing is.
And then Frieren too. Like Frieren, like one of the
very
like really mature, very subversive as well. It's solid, amazing series too. And it does scratch that itch of like that mature fantasy that, we don't really get in the English market. Like, yeah, we had Lord of the Rings 20 years ago. We did get the most recent Lord of the Rings, the animated one that no one saw. I didn't even know it was airing or it was in theaters until like a week before it was pulled. So like, there's like definitely a need, and I guess, and I personally think that's contributing to the rise in anime for sure.
So when it comes to mature anime right now, honestly, my favorite one of the season is Old Country Bumpkin Becomes to a Master Swordsman.
Oh yeah, it's
coming out on Amazon right now.
Yeah,
that is like hitting those notes that I've been wanting in a mature anime. Because yeah, he's good and skilled, but he's not like this overpowered isekai fantasy whatever.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of that slop coming out, and because of work, I've had a lot of relaxing time. I'll say it hasn't been very busy, so I've been able to watch and keep up with seasonal stuff, and as well as going back and watching 12 episode 24 episode animes. This right now is very good because it's realistic in the sense of there's this guy that he's not super overpowered, he's good at one thing, he's good with the sword, but he's like a 40-year-old man just trying to figure out, I don't want to be here, but now I'm here. And I'm just pulling through these situations. And then I got all my underlings, which are apparently prodigies because I taught them.
Yeah. He's just like me for real.
He liked me for real,
yeah,
for real.
He's just like me. So what for you personally, what would you say are like the animes that you would recommend to anybody to watch? Like if they're into like action, comedy, horror, like all the genres, like what are the ones that you would think like, oh, if they ask me for like an action animated series, like I'll give them this. If they want a comedy, I'll give them this. Like for your recommendations, like what would you say?
So I have 2 lists. Obviously, everyone has their top 5, top 10.
I'm not asking about that's the next question. No. That's the next question.
I was about to say, I wouldn't recommend most of my top 10 to anyone just getting in.
Yeah.
Because my stuff's been around for a while, some of it's new. But I can... So 5 off the top of my head I would recommend to someone getting into anime. Frieren is one of the best examples I can give. Because it is super easy to get into. It's, especially if you're like a D&D fan, it really hits that itch of post-campaign stuff. Because, for people who don't know, Frieren basically is, alright, we defeated the Demon Lord. Now what? Oh, I'm the main character, an elf who time doesn't really apply to because I just don't age. I'm 1,200 plus years old, so like it doesn't matter. Oh, it's 50 years later and all my friends are dying and now I'm here for a funeral. Like, now it's starting to set in. I don't know what, friendship are, and these were my closest friends, so I want to find out more. And it had me crying the first episode. Like, it was that good and deep cut.
Yeah?
I've really, really enjoyed Frieren. Anime of the year, easy, hands down, don't care.
Yeah. I agree. I agree too.
Gurren Lagann would be another one. For people who don't really like mech, but maybe give it a try, Gurren Lagann is the best non-mech anime I could recommend. Because while, yes, mechs aren't there, it's not really the main focal point. Like, yeah, okay, we get in a mech and we do these fights and everything, but it's not all just about the mech, like Gundam is. While Gundam does have a lot of politics and stuff of that nature, Gundam is more friendlier towards the mech genre and can get people in easier. I've had plenty of people who hate mech genres go, I really like Gurren Lagann because of how well it's done.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. Gurren Lagann is definitely my personal. I mean, it's what got me into the damn genre. But yeah, Gurren Lagann, it's definitely one that I would absolutely recommend for sure as well.
So Blob put romance in. For romance, I would either do Honey Lemon Soda, which just came out, and I really like because it got me back into the romance genre as a whole. Yes. Basically, girl was picked on and bullied in middle school, so she goes to a new school to start fresh. To like, when she goes to high school, she was like, I could go to this one school, which is, people similar to me, all smart, prim, proper, and all. But she wanted to go to this other school, which was like normal people, essentially. Just regular high school. There's nothing to fancy. It's like, new place, new me, I'll start fresh. And then immediately runs to the bullies and all that trauma starts. They called her the Rock because she would just sit there and stun, like wouldn't move, just take everything. Well, this guy with blonde hair comes out of nowhere and starts protecting her and defending her, essentially. Yeah. Because he can see that, there's a change. You can change, and it kind of builds up from there. That, or Say I Love You. Say I Love You is more of the drama side, more serious. But it's very good in the sense of how realistic high school is. With the bullying, people talking behind you, dealing with, oh, does he really love me? Does she really love me? That kind of the atmosphere, as well as, the popular boy falls in love with the least popular girl. Yeah. It shows that love can be anywhere, the kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I mean, other like runner-ups would be like Quince and then Toradora, easily, hands down.
Yeah, Bob also mentioned Quintessential Quintuplets or Toradora for that. For me personally, the one anime that I would recommend like everybody to check out, mainly because like if you do want to go into like that space and you just want to like talk about it with like someone, and even though like you're fairly new with it, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I think definitely that is one of the animes that you definitely have to check out, because it is, it is the one of the like considered like the best animes of all time. Very quintessential, not a quintuplet, to check out. I would also probably recommend. So I'm looking at my list right now. For romance, I'd say Yamada-kun to level 999.
Yeah, that's
I would recommend that one. It's really good.
Piece of banger.
It is. The last episode actually also made me cry because I was like, "Oh, this is so cute! Like, this is so wholesome. This is great." And damn, I'd say I would say Frieren too. I'd say actually no, I take that back. The real like big-headed one would be Kids on the Slope. Have you ever heard of that one? The jazz one. The one involving jazz. It is it's good. The music's great. It is, oh man, it is so good. It is so good. I absolutely love it. So yeah, those are the three that I would recommend for anyone, especially if like you're like if you meet like someone that's like, oh, anime's for children, or like, oh, I hate anime, or whatever like that. Or like if you're trying to impress like that cute indie girl that's like super into like A24, tell her to watch Kids on the Slope. That's like the one. That's definitely the one that you have to watch. The next question I got is like, what are your like top 5 like best animes?
So the 5th spots always seems to be rotating, but this is like, I would say, the most stable list I've had in a long time. Number 1 would probably still be Love Live, because how much of an impact it's had on me. It's really good. The message is very solid, and it hit me in a very important, very important time in my life. Trying to figure out who I am, blah, 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 blah. It did really good. It hit me home. Second one, Cowboy Bebop. Classic. One of my favorite animes of all time. I've probably watched it 6 or 7 times. Like, really good. Highly recommend, especially if you want a Western style, like, adventure taken in place in space. Fantastic. And guess what? Trigun's the same thing. It's in space. There's not like spaceships and stuff like that, but it's in space on Mars. It's a very good show. Then number 4 is Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere.
Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere. I've not heard of that one.
Oh my word. It's how do I even describe this? So basically we go way into the future. The world's about to end. So it does, but it doesn't. But they were able to save history, like history books and stuff. So humanity repeats history to find a way to prevent this. So they're literally reenacting parts of history while having futuristic technology and having like beastkin, demons, all this other stuff mixed in with the population and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. So then you follow basically an offshoot of Japan. They call it the Far East, is what they refer to as the Musashi as, which is the main ship that flies around, restocking. It's a mobile place. They find out that this one girl had all of her emotions stripped away and her soul put into a robot. Well, this girl was the main character's love interest when they were a kid. So he finds out when she randomly appears a year or two ago of current time in the anime. He feels like it's Horizon, which is her name, but doesn't really know it's a robot. Then they find all this out, and he's like, "Yep, this is her." So what they have to do is they have to go to every nation and get these super weapons to give it back to Horizon so she can build her soul back. And in an attempt, they believe this will stop the devastation of the world. So it follows that. It has every trope you can think of in anime. Like, unironically, it has everything. From serious political dramas to action over top mech battles to etchiness to borderline like hentai scenes sometimes, but like it's still kind of pretty good.
Yeah.
To ninjas, to Roman like soldiers, to gunfights, to witches flying on brooms, to anything you can think of is in this anime.
That's a lot.
But the thing is, it's so good. They do it so well. What really sends me is episode 6. They do a deep, hard dive into the world of politics because they're debating against the Catholic Church, saying what we're doing is right and what you guys are trying to do is end the world. Mm-hmm. And they do this big political it's so good. I could keep on going. And spot 4 and 5, which is Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere, and One Piece keep switching for me.
And One Piece?
So, yes, One Piece. I spent 8 months straight just watching One Piece. That was my life after high school. I sat down and watched it from the very beginning up to episode 600, Dressrosa. Like, right around there is where I stopped. Because that's what it was up to at the time.
I've watched some of One Piece, but I've mostly read One Piece. I've read up to the... what's it called? The... Impel Down? I think that's what it's called. I think that's what that arc is.
Yeah, the prison.
Yeah, I've read up to Impel Down, then I kind of fell off it a little bit, but I'm slowly going back in. because I've seen like a lot of people like cosplaying as the like at anime conventions of the most recent. Oh, what's that?
The Egghead arc.
Yes, that. I was just looking at that and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Should probably catch up. So I've been slowly reading it again. I recently got to the big,
The time skip.
Yeah, I recently just got. It's slightly before someone.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Someone very important just.
Yeah. I know exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No spoilers. But it's been out for, God, 99.
I think that scene is 10 to 11, maybe. It might be even. Yeah, I think that's like 11 plus years old. I think,
yeah, it's like I think like you have time. Like I think like after like a certain point, you'll be like, well, you had enough time. I think you could. You could
honestly, personally, to me right now, I think that's okay because where they are, dude, it's like that was like episode 4 or something. They're on 1150 or something like that right now.
Is
so
it really
like
episode 400? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like I would say about like 450, 460 or somewhere around in that ballpark. Because 530 something, I think is the time skip to where it's like it's like a 3-year time skip.
Look it up. Time skip episode One Piece. 517.
Yeah, so I think you're around like 460, 470, if I had to guess. Because right after where you are, I think it's about to start wrapping it up.
There's 1,129.
Yeah,
episodes.
Baby.
There's no way. I'm going through.
There was a 6-month break, by the way. 6-month break. And even then, they didn't really break. They just basically redid the Fishman arc, which is like post time skip, immediately afterwards. They just did that in HD. That was her break.
They just did that in HD. What else? Like you said, 5 and 4, and One Piece is swapping between the 5 and the 4. What about 3, 2, and 1?
Love Live would probably be 1. Cowboy Bebop 2. Trigun 3.
Damn, so quick.
That would be, yeah. Those three haven't changed.
Yeah, those are staying solid there.
Because for a while, Angel Beat was number 5. For a while, Full Metal was on there too. There was other things up there that stayed a while. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are getting into One Piece, I will always recommend reading. It's way faster. You get a lot of stuff that doesn't make the anime in you find in the manga. And then with the chapter covers, each chapter has their own little art. You find out stuff that's happened because, characters that just randomly disappear, like the CP0 agents, they're still alive. No one knew that. Or the CP9 agents. No one knew that. But the art showed them alive and doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they were alive and doing well.
Yeah. And also with the, there is, I got to look it up. I don't remember the name. But there is a fan version of One Piece where they condense down all of the episodes to make it closer to the actual manga. I don't remember what it's called. I do not remember.
I was thinking One Piece, but no, that's how you read or watch.
I think that's actually what it's called. Hold up. One Piece. I actually think it's One Piece. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, they like condense everything down. They like move things around. So you watch it in this order to get like as close as to the manga as you could get. I haven't done that. I'm just doing it the tried and true method of just sitting down and then just blocking off like 2 hours of my day. I kind of you also could just like toss it in the background while you like clean your house and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. All right, so for me, for my top 5, I don't know, because I think like this really works is because our not our views on anime, but like what we watch are like completely different. Like, because I really do like a lot of like slice of life, a lot of like jokey and like comedy anime, more like, and also kind of like I don't want to say like highbrow or like high concept anime, but like I don't know. I really like the dramas. I really like drama.
Yeah.
Like in it. Like I would say like probably. Oh man, I know what my number 1 is like for sure. I don't know about like the other ones. I'd say for number 5, like it'd be K-On!
Classic but good. Classic but good.
Yeah, like with K-On!, it was like I watched it like when I was in high school, and then me and my buddy, we were like, oh, let's start a band. Let's do that. And I was like, all right, sure. And then we found K-On!, which is an anime about, you know, girls starting a band and all that. And, you know, they play music and everything, and 2 seasons and a movie. It's the perfect length. There is like other stuff too, but, you know, we don't really, like, no one really like talks about it. They like, you know, there's an after series where they go to college and everything. But I think K-On! As like for my formative years, like definitely like I've met so many people like in the music scene because of K-On!. Like one of like my idols like in the local music scene, like he like, we were talking about K-On! Like when we first met, like I'm gonna go see his band, and then he had a Yui Hirasawa, who's the guitar player, and he played guitar too, and I was like, you have a K-On! Shirt? And he was like, oh yeah, I love K-On! So we were talking about K-On! And everything, and then that turned into liking Bang Dream and Poppin' Party. Then from there it turned to like Girls Band Cry and Butchie the Rock as well. So I think K-On! Like definitely was instrumental in like just like me getting into like, and also like music anime, just really trying to write music too. So yeah, I'd say K-On!'s number 5. Say Haruhi number 4. A lot of Kiwani. Haruhi, so good. I love Haruhi. It got me into it. It's like, you know, like quote a high concept. One of the first light novels I also read. The movie, amazing. The dub, hey, I know there's always that debate, subs over dubs, but you know, the dub for Haruhi, really good. Surprisingly, really, really solid. Love Haruhi, love the Haruhi dub. And then after that, I'd say Angel Beats. Because like Angel Beats was like, I think the first anime that I cried to, like, for real.
You too?
Yeah. It's sad. It's fucking depressing. Like,
yes,
but
it is.
It's really good. I loved Angel Beats. I always tell people like, oh yeah, if you want like a good cry, watch that one. Watch I can't remember the name. The flower that I saw that day.
Anohana.
Anohana. That is, oh man, when the first time I saw that, it was me and my buddy Wes. We were in, because he would always come over and we'd watch that, and we were watching it, and he'd come every week and we'd watch it. The very last episode, it was just me and him in my room with my little tiny laptop screen, us just crying, bawling our eyes out at the last episode. And then it ended and he's just like, all right, I'll see you next week. And I was like, all right, man, catch you later. And he just leaves. Like that one. But I think Angel Beats was also my first introduction to Key, which is, I love Key. It's a great visual novel studio. But yeah, Angel Beats was my first introduction to Key, and it stuck with me. I'd say number 2 would be The Daily Life of High School Boys. Do you know this at all?
Yes, I do. The only reason I haven't watched it, I've only seen like
clips.
Yeah, I've seen clips. But every time I'm like, this is hilarious, I'm gonna watch it, but I never get around to it. It's all in me.
It's absolutely one of those, like, it's very like random humor, but it's very like, it's still grounded in like reality, and it's like a gag manga originally, and then that artist and the writer for that started, like, he made another manga that was really good too, but it didn't get like as much traction as Daily Life of High School Boys. It is so fucking funny. It is one of the funniest animes like I've ever seen in my life, and I tell people, like, if you want something like super funny, like, you have to check this out. It is unfortunately subbed, but the comedy definitely does translate over. It's so funny. I absolutely love it. I tell everybody, like, you have to watch this. And also, like, my favorite anime of all time is Cromartie High School, which is like, yeah, exactly. Nobody knows this.
I haven't heard of this.
So Cromartie High School is a bunch of delinquents, and it's just them doing stuff in high school. And it is so funny. It's great. I was gonna say heartwarming. It's not at all. It's just them doing like the stupidest shit. Like they were like, oh, like one dude's like, I want to play baseball, and then I was like, all right, let's go play baseball. So they go into the woods to like train for baseball. Then they get lost, and then though they're trying to find their way out, there's a guy that looks like Freddie Mercury, and they call him Freddie. There's a gorilla, and who's a student. It is so good. It is so funny. Kay said, I haven't heard Cromartie High School in years. Yeah, it's good. It's amazing.
I need you to send me that later. I'm gonna try and find this now.
It's on Amazon. The dub, really funny too.
Okay.
The dub is
all right,
really
that's
funny.
all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
It's on streaming. It's on Amazon. But it is hands down like one of my favorite like animes of all time. It is so funny. It's only like what? It's like 26 episodes, but it goes by quick. The jokes just go like one after another. Like it's so good. It's so good. There was a scene where like one of the big head of the delinquents gets shipped to the United States, and he's just there, like laying on his car, and he's just like, I wonder if my friends in Japan are watching the exact same sky as I am. And then it cuts to them in Japan, and then one of them's like, here's like, what I was thinking. When we're here in the daytime, it's nighttime in the United States, so we're not watching the same sunrise or the same sunset. Like we're always watching something different. And then someone's like, "Why did you bring that up?" He's like, "I don't know. It just came to me." And I was like, "Dude, like that's so good. These jokes just keep coming. It's so good. Highly recommend it. Cromartie High School, one of the best animes of all time that no one has heard of. Absolutely,
that's funny.
So good.
Oh,
all right.
I do want to bring up one thing though.
Yes.
We're talking about stuff to recommend, and I realized I'm surprised I didn't bring it up. Shangri-La Frontier, as it's coming out right now, top tier when it comes to like isekai genre, because to me isekai is being transported to another world. While yes they are, it's VR. I was
gonna say, isn't it a game?
Yeah, they are basically. It's kind of like Sword Art. It's like it way better than Sword Art because it follows this guy who plays trash games, like games that are almost impossible to beat or so badly coded, whatever. It's his life to beat them. So basically, take all these skills he learned to be he's got to be on his feet, constantly aware. Take all those skills, put him in a god tier game. Mm-hmm. And it shows that in a month, he's one of the best players on the game. Just from him being naturally, like, molded to be that good.
Yeah.
But it's super solid. Some of the best action scenes and well-drawn scenes I have ever seen it comes from Shangri-La.
Oh my goodness.
The dub is fantastic. We went back for my anime business. We have a Patreon server. So we do Sunday night anime watching. Yeah. We did Shangri-La. The dub is fantastic. It's really like, oh man, he's like the elite gamer, He's, one of those guys.
Yeah.
But the actual translation to colloquialisms, the voice actors did very well of being part of the voice. There's a rabbit in the show that is older Japanese. Like, that's the style of accent and stuff. In the English dub, he's Scottish for some fucking reason, and it's hilarious because he's wearing this samurai armor but speaking Scottish, and it's hilarious. But they do it so well. It's like, don't think twice about it. It's just who he is.
Damn.
So Shangri-La, really recommend. I'm about to go buy this weekend. I've been waiting, so I'm gonna buy up to like volume. I think they're up to volume 13. I'm just gonna buy it all in one go. Because I can get it cheaper at the con.
I know there's the manga. I do know that. So since we're talking about it, like what are some current season recommendations that you would suggest? Like what are you watching currently?
Well, I'm watching like 7 or 8 of them right now currently. Let me pull up the list and I was talking with Cade from Base Damage about this last night. Hold on, let me pull this up because now work's trying to call me. Of course they are. Why'd you log me out? Hello? Lord have mercy. I love this. Is it this? I think that's the password. No. Man, I'm old. I swear I'm old. Dude, I was talking with someone today, and I was like, yeah, I woke up, used the restroom, my knees were hurting when I went to use the restroom, and I was like, what am I, 50? Like...
I bent down to pick something, and I heard my knees going... like clicking.
Okay, so right now, I am watching Apocalypse Hotel, which is a good comedy, like post-apocalyptic things that follow these androids that run this hotel, because humanity left. It's an interesting concept, I'm liking it, it's a good comedy. Right now, I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. Uh, Zatsutabi, that's Journey, is basically it follows this 18-year-old who won a manga contest. So she works for not Dark Horse. She works for Kadokawa, I think.
Yeah.
Doing manga and stuff, but she keeps getting her proposals rejected, so she's still an assistant. So she decides to travel as her hobby. So she's literally just going to different prefectures and towns in Japan, and it's just following that. Very cute slice of life. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Fire Force, the final season, watching that. It's been pretty solid so far. It's sitting at a 7. The Too Perfect Saint, tossed aside by her fiance and sold to another country. Interesting premise. I don't have an opinion on it yet because it's like kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hold off on like giving that a score. The beginning after the end, the one where everyone was making fun of it because it was a slideshow during one of the action scenes.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember I sent that to you, and I was like, "Bro, look at this."
I give it a 4 out of 10. I'm finishing it. I'm already 7 episodes in. I'm just gonna finish it. One that's kind of interesting, I think it might pick up at the end of it, is the Brilliance Healer New Life in the Shadows. So this guy was part of an A rank party, which A rank is, high. The only thing next is S rank. But in this world, healers are licensed and licensed by what they can do and have to work for the church. So this guy, he got kicked from the party because he wasn't healing in their eyes. But in reality, he does stuff above what anyone else can really do. He would basically be a saint for what he's doing. He could basically, if I cut my arm off, he could rebuild it from the bone up. Like, he could just make it all back to normal and work perfectly fine. That's how good he is. But now he runs a clinic in the slums, and it kind of follows that whole aspect of it. Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, we talked about it. I really like it. It's very mature. It doesn't... It's serious. It's a good fantasy. It shows medieval sword fighting, which is really nice. Because I saw a guy also do a video on it who, that's his thing, is medieval swords play and stuff. And he loves it because it's pretty accurate.
Wow.
Guilty Gear Strive Dual Rulers. I'm enjoying that. Good mindless action. 7 out of 10. If you know the Guilty Gear universe, you'll love it. Because it's all the mainstay characters from it. There's one called Teogona, I think that's how it's pronounced. In this world, every race basically is fighting for survival and property and stuff. And you can absorb powers by taking out their heart and drinking the juice from it, essentially. And there's these people called signal bearers or guild bearers, I forget what they're called. But basically, the god basically blessed them with power. And as they drink more of that stuff, they get stronger. So you follow a guy who actually ended up being isekai, but doesn't remember being isekai'd, but remembers stuff from our world. Randomly be like, man, I want a rice ball. And they're like, what's a rice ball? I don't know, but it sounds really good. Just random stuff like that. And to the point where he gets this power and he's like, I need to be stronger. I know, I'll think down to the molecule level. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna do it. And he's he just visualizes breaking down the molecules. Pretty good action. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 right now. I left my A rank party to help my former dungeon students reach the dungeon. Honestly, it's going for 24 episodes. It's very solid. I'd probably 7.58. It's a fantasy. It's not isekai. It's just straight fantasy. Good action, good world building, solid music, good atmosphere building, and it shows multiple country politics too. It's not just one country. They literally go to another country where it's a caste system, I think is what they call, or a feudal system, where basically women are property, and they show this guy who's trying to deal with it and keep his party members safe because, it's anime, so they're all female. But he's trying to show how he does it and outplays people to keep them safe so they don't basically get stolen and forced to be someone's wife. Yeah. The Evil Lord of a Galactic Empire. One of the other ones I would recommend for this season. How do I describe this? Guy works really hard in our world, finds out his wife's cheating on him, his daughter isn't his, dies alone with cancer, and this guy comes out of nowhere. It's like, I can reincarnate you. Choose one of these worlds. He's like, well, I like this mech anime my friend used to talk about, so I want this space mech world. And you find out this guy's like, I want him to have a worse fate. I want him to suffer because I feed off that energy. Yeah, it turns out in his favor, and it's really good.
I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Is what it's called?
Yes.
That sounds really funny. I'm gonna check that one out.
Because one of them, so this god's like, all right, I need him to suffer, so I'm going to send him this crappy, shitty, like, fake tutor, and he ends up taking these fake lessons this guy's doing so he can get money and just live off of them, and turn them into reality. So, like, he's pulling his sword out, and, like, the sword pressure cuts stuff and everything. He's like, how are you doing this? You're doing well. You're learning the ways that I'm teaching you. You know, stuff like that. It's great. I'd probably give that an 8 out of 10.
Damn, all right. Well, now I have to check it out.
Yeah, I really am enjoying it. It's a good laugh. And it gets really serious too, because there's also the space pirate that like comes into play, and you show how fast, like, oh yeah, people just die. Like, people die, they get tortured. Like, it's real realistic with that. Mm-hmm. Something completely different. I've been killing slime for 300 years, and I maxed out my level. Season 2, it's all right. It's nice. It's airy. It's cool. It's nothing too serious. I give it like a 6 out of 10. It's just, you know, nice and fluffy. Nothing too serious.
Yeah. Girls music. Girls band.
Yeah, exactly. The Unaware Altair Meister. This one I've been debating on, going back and forth score-wise, because sometimes it feels like a 5. Sometimes it feels like a 7. Guy, super powered, like, they do everyone's skills on a S tier, like a SSS tier. It goes from F to S, triple S. This guy's triple S in everything but fighting. So when it came to combat, because he was part of a group, they kicked him out because he couldn't do anything, according to them. But he's god tier when it comes to building, mining, cleaning, everything you can think of that has a tier. He's god tier.
Yeah.
And like, it follows him being like. He's self-doubting himself. Meanwhile, people around him like, this man's a god. What is going on? It's pretty good. Is there anything else I'm watching? Oh, the last thing I'm watching is Once Upon a Witch's Death. This would be up your alley. It's fantasy slice of life. Basically, it's our world, but magic's a known thing. There are witches everywhere, and there's these 7 witches are like known as the prodigies of the world, and people come to them for problems and stuff. Well, you follow the apprentice of one. So on her 17th birthday, her teacher comes to her and says, "May, sit down. I have a gift for you." She's like, "Oh, cool. What's my gift?" "You're gonna die in a year from a curse." So she's like, "Why are you telling me this?" Because she hands her a bottle. She says, if you capture the pure emotion of joy, through tears, into this bottle, you need 1,000 droplets. You can save yourself potentially through ancient magic that's not used anymore. So you follow this girl, figuring out how to do this, and she's really ditzy and like very straightforward, and she has like she has a lot of slapstick humor for her as a character, but it also, you see how the world of magic's built around her. You see these very intricate, like, personal moments of happiness and stuff like that, and it's really interesting. And you're also seeing how the 17-year-old is coping with, she's gonna die in a year unless she can get this done. And like, you see how she's like carefree, but deep down she's really bothered by it. Yeah. It's really good.
That does sound something like I'd be into. Brahma Bull said, Lunchbox, I think rock is a lady's modesty could be good for you. We were just talking about that. I haven't checked it out. And Kate said he's, I think we were talking about the what is it?
Probably the Meister.
Intergalactic Empire.
Oh, Intergalactic, yeah.
Kate said he's Steve from Minecraft. Essentially, right?
That's really what it feels like when it comes to that.
So I've been watching Catch Me at the Ballpark, which is about.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, I need to get back to it. That's good.
It's surprisingly really good. It's surprisingly really good. It's just a girl. There's a bunch of characters, but the ballpark itself, being a setting, is really interesting because it's not the individual players. It's not a sports anime. It's just like everything around, like the people selling food, the people selling drinks, people attending, security. Things like that. Like occasionally you do get like people that actually play the game, play baseball, but it's surprisingly really good. It's not the best, not at all, but it's cute. It's one of those like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch this, not really like put too much thought into it, because you can't really like critically analyze this one. It's definitely like a right in the middle of the road for me. It's like a 5 out of 10 for sure, but I like it. It's really cutesy. I've also been watching Uma Musume Cinderella Grey. Listen, Uma Musume is top tier sports anime. Yeah, if you have to get past the fact that they're quote horse girls. That's like the gimmick of it.
It's a plus.
It's essentially a track and field anime, and it is so good. The animation by who did the animation? Who did this? Cygames. Yeah, I guess it's Cygames Pictures. It is so good. The animation is like, it's up there with like the really good Demon Slayer scenes. It's really action oriented too. It's also heartwarming, it's also like cute girls doing cute things, but it's really good. It's surprisingly like, I'm on the edge of my seat. I've been watching that. I highly recommend that one. I've also been watching Summer Pockets, because it has the white scene. It has the not the white scene. It is in White Shore, so I have to educate myself. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite key series, but it's pretty solid. Callan Generic Romance. It's good. I got a little bored of it. Like, there's not that much like drama or like slice of lifeness to it, but it's still really good. I would recommend it. It's a slow burn for sure. And Witch Watch. Witch Watch it's really funny. I actually want to go see the first 3 episodes in theaters, and because I know the artist. I know the manga writer for his other work, Sket Dance. It's good. I love Sket Dance. Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't heard Sket Dance in a while. I loved Sket Dance.
Yeah, he did Sket Dance.
So good.
Yeah, so he did that. I knew him from that. Then he also did Astra Lost in Space, which is pretty good. It's not like it's not better. It's not Sket Dance at all. But Witch Watch, I think, is culturally more interesting than Sket Dance. At least now it is, because Sket Dance, although like I liked it, not a lot of people know what Sket Dance is. It's really good. It's funny. When it gets serious. But I think Witch Watch, because it's very moe, is very cutesy. It's also, more importantly, on Netflix. So a lot of people have access to it. A lot of people are going to watch it. And I think, personally, I'm going to ask you, what do you think the anime of the season is? I personally think it's Witch Watch.
See, I haven't watched Witch Watch. It's on my list. Is it on? What do I have here? I feel like I have it on Crunchyroll. It's probably not on Crunchyroll.
I think it is, actually. No. I think it is.
Oh, yeah. I have it here on Crunchyroll. So I will watch it since you're recommending it. But to me right now, like I was saying, it's a tie between
Country Bumpkin?
Yeah, Country Bumpkin, because it's generally really good. I generally really enjoy that. And then Evil Galactic Overlord. Or Evil Galactic Empire.
I have to see it now.
Those two are pretty good. I'm genuinely enjoying it.
Yeah.
And it's also a contrast too. Because Country Bumpkin, serious, has comedy and stuff like that. It's rooted in the fantasy. Evil Galactic has perverted humor and stuff. It has good, solid humor. But it also is rooted in this guy that's a kid is also like a 40-year-old man in this kid's body. So like you see his adult taste come out and stuff, but you also see how serious and how political it really gets with that too. And like it's just a dual, like, way different sides of the spectrum, but really good.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm really enjoying both of those.
So now the last question, before we call it, was the worst anime you've seen?
Oh man, I did a video on it not too long ago, and there's some more that I want to do a video on. But right now, what is it? It's like Nobunaga something. But the one I know off the top of my head is Joan of Arc and the Alchemist Knight, or Ulysses, Joan of Arc, the Alchemist Knight. One of the worst animes I've seen of all time. It follows like actual Joan of Arc, but she's a cute moe 12-year-old, and Ulysses is like a 15, 16-year-old guy who ends up falling into the world of alchemy and wanting to do this to try and save his country. And then he sees these people going and burning down this orphanage where he got to know these people, and that's where Joan is, because she was sitting there protecting these fairies that live there. Well, they basically kill her, and he's like, how do I survive? How do I bring her back? I'll use a Philosopher's Stone. And then the Queen of the Fairies is like, hey, you can do this, but there's some consequences. And he's like, I don't care. Makes a Philosopher's Stone, puts in her body. He's like, why is it not working? The Queen's like, you gotta make out with her.
Oh my god.
All right. And proceeds to do that. So then she becomes this magical power girl, but to do it, every time they gotta face fuck. As bad as that is, that's basically what has to happen. And it's insane. Like, you got this 12-year-old doing this with a 16-year-old. Why? Why is this a thing?
Real dog shit.
Action mid as hell. Background music, pretty alright. Everything else, dog shit. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah, Braha Mabo asked, like, are both of y'all not watching Apothecary Diaries, or did I miss that as well? I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
It is good. I'm waiting for this. It's coming out right now because I finished the first season going into second.
Airing, yeah.
And I'm waiting for it to finish before I watch it, because I'm going to sit and watch it all in one go. So I'm just waiting for that to finish.
Yeah, the girl and I are watching it, not together, but like sporadically.
Yeah.
It's I forgot that's technically this season.
Yes, it is.
Technically,
and it's good.
this season.
I know it's good.
It's amazing. It's fantastic. Absolutely love it. It's maybe one of it, I don't want to say it's like on the same level as Frieren as like, but the animation's stunning.
It's up there.
It's
Not over Frieren, or it's like just under Frieren for me.
Yeah, but yes. For me, I think the most dog shit anime that I saw is called Bigara H Kai, which is about, oh my god, what the fuck even is this stupid anime is about? It's real fucking bad. You know, like the real like, oh, anime is for pedos and shit like that. This is like one of them. Like, I watched the first, because I always like, all right, I'll watch the first 3 episodes, and then I dropped it after episode 2 because I was like, I'm not fucking watching this. It was what is it? Most people. Let me read the synopsis.
Dog one?
No, it's not the dog one. That one also fucking sucks. That one's also real dog shit. But this is, most people, including the girl herself, would say that the first year of high school student Yamada is beautiful and perfect. Despite this, she is working towards a particular goal: to have sex with 100 men by the end of high school. And it's just her, like, she can't do it because she's so like.
This one.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's so fucking dog shit. The animation sucks. The story sucks. The character designs are fucking horrible. The comedy is like, oh yeah, you know, it's all like sex jokes. It's fucking bad. And it's like definitely one of those that like gives like anime, like, you know, quote, like the bad name, you know. It's like this one, Mitsudomoe, and I guess Kiss Like Sis, put them all on this list. Yeah, they're all fucking dog shit. They're all bad. But this is like hands down one of the worst ones I've seen. But also, because I am a Why Schwartz YouTuber, I have to say, Why Survive is also one of the most dog shit animes I have ever seen as well. It sucks. The animation's so fucking stilted. The character designs, uninspired. The action, even less uninspired. It is horrible. Real bad. And it's also like ecchi and like very hentai-like for no reason. Horrible. Bad. Would not recommend those at all. What were you going to say?
I found the one I was talking about. Nobunaga's Teacher's Young Bride is what it's called.
Is that?
Here's the synopsis here. One day there'll be a girl who will fall head over heels for me. Nobunaga was a teacher who was waiting for that kind of dating sim event to happen in real life. One day, a 14-year-old girl named Kicho appears in front of him, saying that she's his wife. Apparently, she came from the Warring States era and seems to have mistaken Nobunaga for Oda Nobunaga, and tells him that she wants to have his children. The age gap love comedy featuring the teacher with a dating sim.
Comedy is an insane sentence to say. That's fucking horrible.
With a dating sim brain and a princess from the Warring States era brain. A bunch of people pop out of nowhere. So what actually happens is his parents are like, you need to find a wife, you need this, blah 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 blah. And he's like, all right, whatever. And then the mom's like, go clean out the storage unit or storage in the back of the house. Since you and your sister are here, go clean that out for me. So they're sitting there talking. His sister's like, you need to figure out what to do. You're like 30, whatever. Figure this out. All right, yeah. As they do that, they accidentally break a pot. That's when this girl pops out. It's not like she just magically... No, she literally magically appears out of this fucking broken pot. And then, as the show goes on, more of Oda Nobunaga's mistresses and, like, concubines keep appearing in other people's bodies. Like, they take over. One's, like, a girl that is, like, 15. One's one of the teachers that he works with. And then there's a guy that is a trap. Like, it's the trap, like, thing.
Yeah.
And so you just see these edginess, borderline child, like, CP stuff going on. And then, like, at the end, they're like, all right, you have to do what we need for our souls to move on. To where he's having sex with the trap. And they're describing it as, like, it feels like a noodle going through some tofu and some other shit like that. I'm like, what is this?
It's fucking bad. Oh my god. Brahab said B got a H-Kai was awesome when I was like 15. I mean, yeah. It's definitely not. Another one that's like I think very problematic is Mitsudomoe, which is, oh my god. This one's another dog shit one. Hold up. I'm looking at my MAL and I gave it a 1. How this has a 7, I have no idea. Y'all need Jesus or something.
They need more than that.
All right. When Satoshi is the newest teacher in an elementary school, is assigned at a homeroom teacher for 6'3", he is in for a shock. The class is full of chaos and eccentric students. Oh my god! But none of them are more troublesome than mischievous than Marui triplets. Oh my god! Yeah. As the sisters take interest in Yabe, they start pestering him with endless antics. It's real dog shit. It's extremely problematic. Would not recommend. Do not do it. But on a less problematic one that's just like boring, is that time I got reincarnated as a vending machine and now I wander the dungeon endlessly. That one sucked too. Like
second season.
Yeah, like moving past like B got a H-Kai, Mitsudomoe, Kiss Exist, and Why Survive. The real dog shit ones, the real problematic ones, just like real boring, put me to sleep. The vending machine one, I thought like, ooh, the guy's a vending machine. I don't know why I thought that was interesting. It's not. It definitely isn't. It's boring as hell. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I would recommend it if you're like, damn, I can't fall asleep. I got some bad insomnia. Put that on. You'll be knocked out. It is dull.
So I went through recently and watched all of it in one go. I think I gave it a 5.
Oh my god. What? I gave it a 3. I have
that bias of I'm watching it to pass time at work, so like it kind of gets,
But
so I watched all of it.
Why is that a 5? Why is that like a middle of the road 5? Like if you're actively not engaged, if you're just like putting in background noise.
I think how I described it, I said it would have been lower, but I actually genuinely like the heroine herself, and that's what kind of carried it, because she's like, I know there's a soul in here. I know there's a human soul in here. Which is kind of like, it's kind of an interesting aspect. She's like, I know there's someone in here, and this is, while her falling in love with a vending machine is kind of fucking weird. But it's also the aspect, there is this human in here that is doing things. And you kind of learn a little bit through the different vending machines, like, because when they switch, they give you a little bit of history on it. Like, I didn't realize there was, like, a oxygen, vending machine. Yes. That was kind of interesting. Didn't know that. But most of it, like I said, a lot of it's forgettable. But yeah. It's mostly the heroine that carried it for me.
All right. I mean, I guess. But that's I've been on record saying, like, that's a no from me.
Oh, no, I'm not knocking you. I am not knocking you. I totally see where you're coming from. And like I said, it was going to be a 3, but the heroine kind of carried it out for me.
All right. So with that, I think we've said enough for viewers to understand what we like, where we're coming from, our points of views. Anything else that you wanted to add?
Make sure you support local anime businesses because they're starting to pop up. Don't buy it from Temu. If it's fake, it probably is. Final words.
Yes. I would say Support local artists if you can. Go to anime conventions, have fun, live life, and don't spend all your money on like anime stuff. Make sure you're able to pay your rent,
Pay your bills,
pay your rent, all that good stuff. And I would also say don't watch B Gata H Kai. Do not do it. It's bad. All right. So with that, I think we're good. Ready to call it?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to call it.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Blob, for subscribing over on Twitch for me.
Hey, appreciate everyone. Thank you for stopping by. We're not rating. I'm just ending it. So, bye.
All right. Goodbye.